that bloke even still there? But yeah, but he doesn't mind me anymore. Alright then. No, that was superfluous. Yeah. I could have had this easier. This wasn't necessary. No, this was absolutely unnecessary. Well, never mind then. Okay, right. You know what?
I missed you. Did you miss me?
Terribly, let me show you how sorry I am. There's another one upstairs.
Hey, you.
Mom is here to get a little more sugar. Oh god. Let's report back then.
You. What were you thinking?
The
museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
But...
Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture. But nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others. But how dare you!
I don't know what your lips are saying.
Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the feud.
Yes, and I have brought you I've brought your ghostly bauble, sweet darkness.
Excellent. I'll take that. However, there's only one problem. If Tongue gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
How might this... No, I side with she of the greatest power. Command me, dark daughter.
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
Roses for her when they roses for her when they should be stones, dear Baron.
For all her unwholesome diversions and irritating disruptions, I should be less tolerant of her. She is my sister, however, and I suppose I'm obligated to forgive her her trespasses. I did sire her, after all. Please, be quick about it.
So... let's go and find her sister then. So... this is where the story gets interesting. The Surfside Diner, also a place we know, and I know that this is another point where I wonder if I'm going to survive, because normally I do this with a Tremere, and normally I do this with a Tremere, it's good, it's only so often done it, and I always had something with a strong defense. And I had something with an area of effect, kind of. Yeah, well, anyway. Yeah. And then they don't. And you are food. Yes, that's how you do it. And sometimes you get a criminal violation for this and have the police waiting outside. But not always. I don't know what that depends.
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by and take care of this. She's crazy! Help!
Yes, indeed. Oh well, let's see if we can get out if we have to hide again. Because sometimes you have the police standing right outside the diner after this. Happened to me once or twice. But not this time! Yay! Let's go. And find out what on earth it is with those two sisters. The point is, I wonder if what she just said on the phone is all true, because, you know, she isn't very exact, is it? Jeanette apparently called the Therese sent us there because she asked her sister to meet with her. Now we go there and there are those shots. When Jeanette was perhaps not exactly expecting us, but Therese now, was Therese calling the shots for us? Or was Jeanette calling them for Therese? That one we don't know.
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seemed promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now, I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear. Shut up, Jeanette! I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
From where this hateful quarrel?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
Both sides need to cease this conflict.
Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up!
Become mute, both mouths. Both sides need to cease this conflict.
Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you, and this is how you repay me? Taken care of me? You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life, and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
You must both learn to live in the same skin.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
What now? If you could learn to join hands, think of the strength you command.
I don't think that's possible. How could I ever think to trust her again? Trust me? Who could trust you after what happened with Father Dearest? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
The past is a worn garment. Dispose of it.
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
History's shadow need not fall on you both.
Why? How will this time be any different?
Work together and your power will more than double.
Therese doesn't like to share. Jeanette's irresponsible. She's undependable. A venture like mine requires class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed, face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days.
White Mistress, stand not in the way of the Dark One's plans.
But I only do it for attention, and out of love. You do it because you're vindictive and jealous, and you deserve it.
Dark One, let the light carry more of the burden.
More responsibility? So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up.
Run this house as a family, and you both may unlive another day.
If she would stop treating me like a child. If she would start behaving like a rational adult.
Was there never a time when you looked each other in the eye?
Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own worlds. And we spent so much time there together, ruling over those places. Those were happier times, before we grew apart.
You don't really wish to become an only child?
I never did, no. I guess I don't. Jeanette, if I were to offer you equal control in Santa Monica, would you quit consorting with Tongue? I'll stop working against you with him. But since I've got him in my pocket already, there's no reason for me not to pay him a little visit once in a while, when he can be of use. That's not a bad plan. There's just one more thing. I want to be in charge of Santa Monica, but only publicly. I want you to continue to convince others that our relations are strained. That way, we know who our enemies are. I agree.
Give me the boomstick, Dark One.
Take it. I'd hate to look at it again and think of what almost transpired. I suppose now that Jeanette and I have settled our differences, I'll call off the feud with Tongue. Bertram's hiding in an empty oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him to expect a visitor, and I'll ask him to be extra nice.
We share the same sweet madness, daughters of Janus. Farewell.
Please give Santa Monica's regards to the prince, and keep your tongue tied about what happened tonight, or we'll have to kill you.
Oh well, that's nice, isn't it? Now we could also have tried to persuade one to kill the other, of course. If we had Jeanette left, it would be fun if we returned later. We could have a kind of sort of fling with her. But that's not going to happen because I wanted them both to live. Gives you quite a hell of experience more. Alright, what now? We're done with those people. Ah, yes, we know where Tongue is. Anything I mean to get rid of before we do this thing? No. Oh my good lord.